Introduction to fall. And what do you think we have here?
Well, it looks like a cup of
Squash.
coffee.
Forget about the coffee over
Because your
there.
ass is always drinking coffee.
No, well, this is the coffee. The flat white that I have here, 4-shot flat white. I only have that during the fall, right?
Yeah, it's a lie.
A lie?
That's a big lie.
Big
It's
lie.
called like
Okay.
97 degrees outside, sweating like anything, and he's having a 4-shot latte and can fall asleep right
Well,
before bed.
okay, let's talk
At
about
any
the
rate.
squash and then we'll talk about
We'll talk
the
about your
drink, okay?
habits.
So here we go. Acorn squash, everybody knows what acorn squash is.
Beautiful orange on the inside.
Delicata. Now, I didn't like these for years because the yield on them isn't that great, but it took me a while to realize that you can eat the skins.
Cut it in rings, roast it, eat the skin.
Once I realized you could eat the skin, I know sometimes they say that and you're like, yeah, whatever, you can eat the skin. Sure you can. You know, it's like eating cardboard. No, it's not. If you do it right, it is wonderful. Carnival, I just love the look of it. So that's one we'll be using too. That just came out. Christine?
That is a honey nut. It's a darker, denser butternut squash. We've been seeing them in Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. They are so good. It's a darker, richer version.
We have been seeing this probably for, what'd you say, 3 weeks maybe?
Yeah, about 3 weeks, and
Yeah.
it seems to
And
be pretty steady in both stores.
And we've been using them, and they are great. You peel them off, you can cut them up, and take the seeds out, and roast them, and they are a beautiful color and a wonderful flavor roasted. There are other things you can do with them, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different with it in a few videos from now, but we're not going to talk about that now. So, what's this doing out here? What's a mango? Is that a mango?
That's
Look
a mango.
how big it is.
That's a big mango.
Why is it so big? Why is it? Look at that. A mango? I thought mango season happened a while back, but I saw this in the store and I'm looking at it going, whoa, that's a big mango.
I thought it was one of those big avocados that's kind of watery.
Yeah, it kind of looks like
but
it. But
it's a mango.
So it's a Keitt. Is it Keitt? Is that how you pronounce it?
Keitt. Keitt.
I would assume
Keitt.
Keitt. I would assume Keitt. But anyhow, the beauty of this is I did some looking into it. And it's a little weirder looking than the regular ones. You see how it kind of rounded here, and it kind of has a little indentation right there, and I suppose that and the size lets you know what it is. The beauty of this, that it's a later harvest. It's later season mango, and it's coming out right now. So
I always like when they find the different crops to adapt. Like we've got several apples, had a conversation about it today. And you can look at apple charts to see what's coming in. And you're covered for fresh apples most of the year.
But a lot of those apples sit around and are stored and then are sent out, at least in the United States they are.
This season, right now, we're getting the really perfumey ones. So you buy a bag of apples and you actually smell the perfume.
People are apple picking here in Massachusetts, going up to New Hampshire, Vermont, all over the place, getting really, really fresh apples. I'm sure it's happening in other parts of this country and around the world. So, what else do we have here? Oh, my coffee, flat white.
Always.
People in Australia will appreciate that, where it came from. But actually, this is what I wanted to show you. This is a
Get
beer.
that up close to. I mean, people need to see this because Southern Tier's Warlock. This is an annual Imperial Pumpkin Stout. Even if you don't like a stout or pumpkin beers, that one's a life changer. And it ages. It's not like the regular pumpkin beers you have to drink in a short amount of time. This guy ages like fine wine, scotch, bourbon, you name it.
I don't know if you can see this. You probably can't. You might be able to. You see all those bubbles up there?
I don't think they show.
They don't show?
Take my
anyhow,
word for it. I see all the bubbles.
There's lots of large bubbles that go all the way up to the top. And that means that it's fresh. Those bubbles up there on some things, some of the beers mean it's fresh. The funny thing about this is that it is really, really good now when it's just coming out now. It's really good now. And 4 to 6 months from now, when everybody has forgotten all about it and the craft beer stores and other places have taken it off the shelves and stuck it in the back room because they don't know whether they can sell it to anybody. Some of them believe it's out of season. No, it's not out of season. It might be out of season, but I'll tell you what it does. This ages very well, and I will look around for them 4 to 6 months later so that I can drink them then. It almost like it mellows a little and crystallizes, and it's such a great find. Now,
It also goes well as with a little sip of dark rum on the side. Really good dark rum.
so we don't normally show you things and include beer in there, but hey, it says pumpkin, and pumpkins fall, and this came out in the fall, and maybe when we do seasonal type things like this, we will include a beer or something else in the season. Yeah, who knows what it'll be. So anyhow, that's a few items. It's not an extensive list, but we're going to be cooking with a few of these and other things as we go along.
And if you hear background noises throughout, management, Milo, you met the other day, has been playing with a golf ball and a bottle cap throughout. So
he's having a
keep an
good
eye
time.
out for management, because you're going to be meeting the rest of the staff, our bosses, shortly.
Exactly, and welcome to our channel. And if you're a repeat and are subscribed already, that's great. If you would ring the bell, that would be even better. That way you'll get information firsthand anytime we put out a new video, or when we start going live, you will get that first. So if you're new here, you can do the same, except you will be subscribing and ringing the bell, and that would be wonderful. And you could get to see all kinds of seasonal and other type of food, because we don't limit ourselves to any specific type. We go all over the place. So,
And coming up, we're going to have videos on making a homemade apple pie, and a video on a couple of unbagging videos that I think you're going to find really interesting. So there's the bait.
Little unusual.
Stay tuned. Just a
ones.
little unusual.
So anyhow, thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.